Never thought of falling in love again. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond, 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 beyond. It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. But my heart's been stolen. That's forever. We will go. Ooh, baby. We will go, baby. We keep going and growing, girl. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I'd no, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond, beyond. You'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I no, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
Yo, I think I'm gonna really give up this life. Let's try to be a better guy, But wait, man, they got a great girl, and they really feel like go treat you a certain way.
I understand. So what's up with you?
Girls. Some things about kind of resolve. I think I can just, apologize and start fresh and clear the slate, and hopefully, that will work out for me.
Well, if it makes you happy, give it a try. She deserves it, right?
Hey, give you a call and see how it works out, man.
Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thanks, man.
No problem.
How you doing? Before you hang up, can you just listen for a while? I was stupid, I'll admit it. Should've never done anything to take away your smile. So I dropped my pride, all my cards are laid. I know I hurt you most definitely, and I'm trying to make it right. I wanna take away your pain. Said you need your space and you're trying to live, but I'm really hoping that you can forgive me. I'm wrong, I wrote this song, it's been too long, forgive me, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. So baby, can I come over and show you how sorry I am? I'll make you my lady tonight. Oh, if you want it, put your request in and I'll be on it. We'll make sweet love all through the night. Oh, I didn't know you would pick up the phone, and now I'm wondering if you were alone, girl. If so, just let me know. I wanna plan a rendezvous. Please forgive me, don't turn away. I wanna try again starting today, honey. I'll fight, I'll treat you right. See me tonight, I'll fix this, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, no, no. I was wrong, I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong. I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave. My apology. Oh, baby, please. Ooh, I was wrong. I apologize. This is my apology. I do. I apologize. I was wrong.
Hello.
Hey babe, what you doing?
Nothing.
Can you come over?
Yeah, not easy.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You're all amazing, I try to describe. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes
A nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken. You have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful, power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. So you are woman. Hey. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. And welcome to another edition of The Senate. I'm your host, Neil Hoyt. He is your host, Derek Marshall. And together we are your senators for the evening. How is everybody? All right. I ain't going to ask, but I can still ask. How you doing, my brother?
I'm well, man. All is well with me. All is good in the hood. What's going on with you, man?
But everything good. Today was one of those days where, I was out on a boat. And when I was driving, I started to think about, the lessons learned this year and doing a lot of self-reflection, man. Doing a lot of self-reflection, owning up to my mistakes, holding myself accountable, but as well as acknowledging the journey and the things. Anyhow, point is, today was one of those days where, you're so, like, I feel privileged. I feel like I learned something. Like, growing. I feel like I'm growing. Anyhow, good night, Tamiko. Good night, Antisocial. Good night, Jennifer. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Anybody else who lurking in the shadows.
Man.
Right there, you know how it is. Letting people know where to find G-Syndicate.
Yeah, man. G-Syndicate, G-Syndicate6.com. Check us out on the website. Also on social media, on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Also at G-Syndicate6. So give you guys a check out. You can go and say hello to your favorite group member. We don't mind. You see Dion in the crank. Good to see
Shout
Dion.
out Dion, man.
Always good to have you. Also, guys, as we hear already, but let me shout out the guys in G-Syndicate first. Kia, Waden, Mark, Brett, and Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys make a G-Syndicate.
Wait, there you mute yourself. I think you mute yourself. Oh, no, I mute you. Sorry, my hand touched the keyboard. My bad. Go ahead. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so shout out to you guys again in G-Syndicate. Kia, Waden, Mark, and Brett, and Antonio. Shout out to those guys. Hey, Jennifer. Good to see you. Hey, Dion as well. And also, you are watching the Senate podcast. We are up to 82 subscribers, guys.
Yes, sir.
We are trucking along marvelously as far as I'm concerned. We're trying to get to 100 by the end of September. That would be awesome. So keep subscribing, keep bringing your friends. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well so that you can get the Senate shorts. That's our one-day cricket in between the test matches that Neil and I play here on Tuesday and Thursdays. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we've made a commitment to give you that short form content that you can share with your office members. Yeah, Antisocial say he's liking the Senate shorts.
Yeah, man.
We really appreciate that. That means a lot to us.
For sure. Thank you very much.
Neil, as you said, you were reflecting on the journey throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I too have had a bit of reflection, but in terms of this particular space that we created here, and over the past 2 days, it started on Tuesday night with Aston. Aston came in and said he really appreciated what it is we were doing in terms of the space and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I got a call yesterday from one of our constituents, long-time constituents from the beginning, and he too was saying how the space has impacted him. It's actually benefited him and his wife in terms of their relationship and stuff. So I really appreciate that. It's always good to know that
humbling.
You can, yeah, man, it truly is that you can make some kind of positive impact with the stuff that you do. Because I'll tell you, after the Ramel episode a couple of weeks ago, big up Ramel Miller, one of our guests, I really wondered, what was the point? After the
boy,
and is it worth it? The guy that I was talking to yesterday that called me, and we spoke for nearly half an hour, and he was making the point that he heard some people talking about the show. He shared the show with some people, and before you blink twice, it was calling us misogynists. So I think that's a tag that we've kind of gotten along the way, Neil.
Which is retarded. Sorry, I don't want to use the word retarded.
But don't use that word. Yeah,
sorry, it's stupid. It is asinine. I don't. Derek, you could defend yourself, but we are two men. If you look at the term misogyny, I cannot imagine hating women or wanting to oppress women. You see,
Yeah,
that ain't it. That don't.
that is so not it.
That's,
We really trying to make sure, again, trying to bridge the gap, and in order to bridge the gap, I was saying this to the guy that called me yesterday. I don't want to call him out. If he identifies himself in the chat, that's cool.
so be it.
Yeah, but I won't call him out here. I was saying to him yesterday, in order to bridge the gap between the man-woman dynamic and the man-woman relations, in order to bridge the gap, there needs to be honesty,
Accountability.
and there needs an accountability. There needs to be honesty and accountability. Until we can do that, there won't be any bridging of the gap. And if there can't be a bridging of the gap, then I think men need to know into what it is they're getting. Because, you know, I thought at the beginning of this whole space that it'd be a case of being able to change certain mindsets.
Me too.
I don't think that that's possible.
Me too. I was right there next to you. B.
Yeah, so I've had to rejigger and reconfigure my mindset and my process in terms of why we do this. And I've come to the conclusion based on what men have been saying, because you shared some of the stuff that you would have heard over the past couple of days as well.
Yep.
And it has become a case of us now not only speaking for and to, but educating, for want of a better term, educating men along the way as well, as to not only male nature but female nature.
I was just about to say it to highlight because I agree with you completely. Just for the for you that are watching, we have not had this conversation before. So just understand that I agree with you completely. I just feel like the byproduct of that is highlighting certain things that have become an unnecessary norm within with how women approach men. I had a lot of women just tell me like they can't imagine the sort of women we talking about or that we've dated or
Yeah. And here's the thing, Neil. I find that women in our particular circle, shout out Dion in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Dion and I talk almost every day on these kind of man-woman relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And Dion, poor Dion, I feel for Dion. Dion truly cannot or could not before
understand, boy,
conceive or understand how, you know, some women get down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I think a lot of the ladies in the chat have a lot of trouble because that is not their background, that is not their reality, that is not their nature. They don't get it. They don't understand some of the things that we talk about or we highlight here on this show.
Mm-hmm.
So they really don't get it.
Nope.
So when we come and we highlight it, they're like, nah, but that don't happen. That don't really happen. You know, until they go and peruse social media, which I love because social media is like is the gift that keeps on giving. Right? And we talked about dating already, Neil. I'm gonna use this as a little segue and get the show to kick off the show.
Yeah, that's cool.
We talked about dating the past couple of weeks, and we're here again tonight talking about dating because the spiritual word, they're an IG platform. We've done some of their stuff before, and we responded to some of their stuff, and they put up an image. So we're going to talk about that. The question for the night is, see Aston in the crowd. Good night to Rihanna as well. Steve Wu in the crowd.
Stephen Wu.
And poor Jennifer is trying to understand what is that really goes on in these dating streets, right?
Call the dating alleys, back alleys, the streets, dating alleys, dog.
Dating back alleys, right? Like Crave Alley in Gotham.
All right then.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But so the spiritual word had a post. Neil, if you could put the post on screen for us, that'd be awesome. I see that you're having some kind of connectivity issue. But essentially the question of the night was, can we normalize going Dutch on dates, right?
All right,
I remember, I think it was very clearly when we talked about the first date. I remember it was Maria. She said, she made the point, the first date should be casual, inexpensive. Shout out my man Kung Fu, just checking in. Shout out to you, good sir. Thank you, we appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out
And
Daniel.
she
Thanks,
made,
man.
yeah, man. And Maria made the point it should be casual, inexpensive, so you know nobody don't really feel the hurt in the pocket that kind of way. So the question for tonight.
I got the thing.
Right.
Where do you go
right,
from
so
here?
just hold it there for a little bit. Should we normalize going Dutch on the first dates? Does wanting to go Dutch indicate some sort of deficiency on a man's part? Should it count against him getting a second date? And I know people might say, "Oh, but, you know, we're really going on this. We're going on this topic. This ain't really that important," but it is. So you see, the spiritual word, they posted something related to that. They asked the question, "Where do we go from here?" This lady asks, and the guy responds, "Where would you like to go?" Sorry, this is her responding. He says, "We should set up a Dutch date." She, laughing my ass off, "And what is a Dutch date?" He says, "Well, being that it's our first outing and we don't know if we're interested in each other, it's a way, I assume, to make sure intentions is pure." I pay for my food, you pay for yours, I'll leave the tip. Second date on me. No, in essence, Neil, in essence, that sounds, fairly reasonable,
right?
Level-headed, logical. But anyhow, this was a post, right? And I wasn't going to touch it. I saw it. I wasn't going to touch it. But then somebody did a poll asking, to Dutch or not to Dutch, essentially. And then the responses to the poll came. And the thing about the responses is that, well, let me roll the responses here, right?
All right.
I think you got them there.
Wait, hold on a minute. Any particular order? They got so many.
No particular order. Just let them fly, and we can go through them bit by bit.
All right, just give me a minute.
Just give me a little.
Yeah. I going with where to start? Whew, so many. Let's go with. I see Squidward here. Let me go with the Squidward one.
I don't even know who Squidward is.
Right. Is the cartoon character? You don't know SpongeBob?
No, I don't.
Right. Okay. I guess if you want, I can read them. But this one says, so the question is to Dutch date or not to Dutch date? Let's hear your thoughts. I understand the move.
Yeah, but bro, cheap. IC. And for those of you who are not familiar with IC, that is
Derek?
Country Games.
Start again.
Yeah, man,
You broke up a bit.
Yeah. For those of you not familiar with IC, that's an abbreviation. Country Games. Right?
Yeah.
So
his country.
I understand. Bro, cheap.
Derek?
It's country.
You breaking it real bad, boy.
I'm here.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I get on to the next one here. This one is simply with your man holding up the sign.
Yeah.
Right. That one is CYC.
Yeah. To Dutch date or not to Dutch date? Let's hear the thoughts. And this response was simply CYC, and this is for carry your country.
And then the next one here, I got Naruto here. Can't use the word date there. THEIR.
Yeah.
More like Dutch meetup.
Dutch meetup.
We are playing pretend. Let me keep it going. We have this one here that is, it's Frenching weird to me. I believe, especially on the first date, a man should have the bill. She clearly does not agree. We have this one here with a nice young lady behind it. It would save me some cash. Not that it's an issue. I answer one. Oh, I got enough. Pardon me? Then we got my man, the Bernie meme sticker here with the mood. A reasonable person may say yes. I just don't know if I'm reasonable. I mean, at least that person is honest.
Yeah.
We have he is looking for the woman to plan the outing from jump. A real man would make a plan.
Don't miss the red flag there, Neil. Don't miss the red flag. That is not there by accident.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it. Sorry. A real man would make a plan. My whole life is a lie. A lie.
Yeah. It says I'm not a real man.
Not a real man. This one, no. Wait. No, I'm not insulting you. That's saying I am cheap and selfish AF and you ain't even went out as yet. I mean, sure. We have Kanye, bad decisions on me. That it's not a date. Let's just say we are two friends linking up for drinks. We gonna hang out. Then we got my dude here. He is saying sounds about right. So then what's wrong? Sounds about right. Then we have this one. Don't invite me nowhere and ask me to pay up. Bye, sir. Sir.
Oh jeez.
And then now we got my man. You don't know the rappers, but this is my man. With Kodak Black. How you sneak invite the woman out, but you ain't sure if you're interested, confused. I think I like you, me. Kodak. Then now we have this one here. That is a Kanye meme. This one says, when you think of red women don't speak Dutch. When you think of some funny during a situation and try not to laugh. Boy. And then we got here. My Bajan friend overseas says this is something common. She was shocked when she first heard of it. We raised different. We will get into that. Then we got my mom. What's this dude's name? Not Tory Lanez. Can't remember his name. Anyhow, not interested. Woman should pay all those bills. I know you're thinking you're funny. There is this one here. It says, hell no, LOL, screams broke. So why do you want to work for our company? Me, broke. As in, brack.
Broke.
Yep. Let me keep it trucking. We got, where we are now, so many of these. We have another one here. Hits blunt, if practice makes perfect and nobody's perfect. Why practice? Doesn't sound like he's trying to woo her. Acting like, oh dear, acting like he's bored and going out cross his brain.
Yeah.
Boy. Here we go again. We have this guy's from Ancient Aliens. It's a very nice show. This can work, to be honest, but society or culture said men supposed to pay the justice system to fight for equality.
But let me stop right there.
I was just about to say there.
Let me do it further.
All right, wait. You gotta give me the bumper clock for that.
I can give you the bumper clock. Let me. I think we can stop there. I think that's like an awesome launch pad to get into tonight's topic.
I agree.
You know, my boy Daniel says rule number 1: only date reasonable. Unfortunately, for men, we eat with our eyes first. Once it look good, we will tell ourselves, you know what? Let me make an approach, an attempt. Rian says this is a hard topic. I actually think the first couple of dates are on him. I have a little ritual. I think him making the plans show the interest. Third one I will offer if we make it. All right. Now, and I appreciate that, Rian. Rian says I'm being real myself. We definitely appreciate your honesty and your candor. Really, truly do. A couple, gotta be months now, we did a show about women proposing to men.
I was thinking the same thing. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point out, Derek and I don't do any planning for these shows. We do have our preconceived notions and ideas individually, and the reason why we don't do that is because it makes for good discussion. When we disagree, it makes sense. When we don't disagree, it makes sense. So, but it is funny that Derek said that, because immediately when he told me, just before he showed up, we were doing this, I said to myself, I remember when we did this show, and I know what he's gonna say here because I know him that well. Go ahead.
Yeah. And the ladies made the point that they were not approaching a man to ask for marriage, right? So to say that the first couple days are on him and him making the plans shows the interest, when the time he approaches, that is the interest already, right? And tonight is particularly interesting for me because there's so many instances of stuff. Because we've done the show about foodie calls, Neil, and I made the point then foodie calls are real. And making that point again tonight, the foodie calls are real. How rich is it? We have a post that we make at least once a week. Man's greatest weakness is his facade of strength. Woman's greatest strength is her facade of weakness, by Warren Farrell. And we are so busy, we caught up fighting and pushing, and we're saying we want equality. But I'm thinking we looking more at equity, right? Because if we want equality, I don't see the problem with a woman saying, shoot, I got it. I got me. Shoot, I got me and you. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that, right? I'm truly, that's why this topic is so interesting for me, because from the responses you saw, Neil, and we could tell most of them are from women, there is no impetus, there is no willingness on the ladies' parts to say, all right, I got it, cool, no problem. The man must have or must make that initial investment. And at least for Rian, he has to make it a couple times. You know what I mean? Dion says, this has literally never been a thing for me. If we're going Dutch, it takes expectations off the table on a first date. Agreed.
I mean, that's agreed.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly. Because here it is now. There is no me saying, well, I pay for this food, so what you got for me? Because we know that there's some men out there who approach the situation like that. Let me just be real, right? I'm not saying that is right, but that is what happens, right? So I would like to think that going Dutch would be one way to protect yourself from something like that. Again, I'm not saying that anybody's entitled to do that to you or should do that to you, or that they're entitled to access to you because they've given you a plate of food, right? But, and Dion makes the point, if men see these dates as investments, and they do, they are looking for returns. Everybody wants a return on their investment.
Boy, I can't wait to see my piece here.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Some women will tell themselves, well, you carry me out, so and because you want to make an impression, you're taking this lady. We talked about this last week or before. You know you got pink star money normally, but all of a sudden now you want to get at choppers. Yes, Rian, return for food, because it is, you see it as a plate of food. You don't know what this man had to do to get the money to give you say plate of food. And here's the thing, right? There is a phenomenon where a man asks a woman out. She knows she has no interest in the man. She knows that, but she accepts the date. Why? She want the food. The place like a nice place to go, so she want to do that. And she would go. A foodie call it is called. And here's the thing, there's even an add-on to that, where they're actually bringing along a friend
Oh, you got
because she knows she has no sexual interest at all in that man. So she's gonna go on the date, but she bringing a friend.
I hear about that already, right?
But she's supposed to be blocking. So now this guy has to buy his food, her food, and her friend's food because he's trying to be decent or make an impression.
My luck, we ain't even going just.
And depending on we eat,
we gain Amsterdam, we gain.
That's a couple $100.
My luck, we gain Amsterdam, we gain Netherlands, we gain Poland, we gain all
Dutch
of it.
Right through.
Oh, Dutch right through. You understand? Here's my opinion on it, right? First things first, let me just say this. Right? I understand. You see, we did talk about this. We talked about the rules, right? People, and specifically women, want to talk about no gender roles, right? That gender roles are antiquated. We live in a modern society, a progressive society. Therefore, we should not be out here talking about gender roles such as a woman stop home and cook versus a man goes out and earns the bread, earns the money, the paycheck. So that's a big topic. Right, but here's my thing. My thing is you can't say on one hand that you don't want gender roles, but you want some of the gender roles. Now, I understand that for women, if a man, because that's basically how it goes for the majority of things, a man is going to express his interest in a woman, and as such, he is going to ask out the woman, and as such, he should pay for the meal, right? But this is under the expectation that they're going out to a meal, if you understand what I'm saying. This is under the impression that if I ask you on a first date that we gotta go champers, that we have to go to, I don't even like Tides, I don't know restaurants, but we gotta go out to certain a certain ilk of dining establishment where Derek was mentioning Pink Star. Like for me, and Maria mentioned it a couple of weeks ago when we did that show, and Derek spoke about it very, very early on about keeping the first date very simple. To me, if I ask a woman on a date, or shoot, even if we agree to go on a date, because women have asked me out, but then asked, what are we going to do? Right? I would say, let's do X, Y, and Z, and it's going to be very simple. We can go, we may go and watch a movie. We may go on a little, someplace where you could drink a little wine and just talk and chat and stuff like that, right? Something very intimate where I buy a bottle of wine and we go someplace where it's going to be safe to sit down and drink or something like that. But what I am not going to do on a first date, particularly because of this whole trope and this whole expectation thing of the first date, we've seen all of the responses just now with the poll. That is why what I will not do on the first few days is take you out to some place to eat, particularly some place where the expectation is the man has to pay, he got to carry me to this type of restaurant. And to me, it is very good to do this because it weeds out the people that are going to be for you and the people that are not going to be for you. So for me, the women that are not for me are women that have the expectations that I got to carry them choppers on the first date. So if I see a woman, I approach a woman, I say, hey, Alexia wants to let me go. I want to take you on a date. No problem. If I tell her, all right, well, I buy a bottle of wine here, or I got a bottle of wine here, red wine. I would probably buy a pizza or whatever. We will go somewhere, and we can have a few drinks or have something to eat or whatever. It may not even be at night because with the COVID restrictions and certain things going on, you may not be able to go certain places, and the person may be very wary of coming to a place like your home or something like that, right? So no problem. We go, we do that. But if I tell you that your expectation is me to carry you champers or something like that, and you get upset furthermore, then that informs me of everything I need to know about you and how we are not going to be compatible. Because while I have no problem in taking out, because this is the thing about it, people try to shame you by saying, oh, he's a cheap SOB, or he ain't want to spend the money, or he don't like fine dining, or he ain't whatever. That's not the point. That's not the point. The same way some women say certain activities such as sex are only for a man that is of a certain caliber. For men, I think that's the same thing too. Because watch, if you ask a lot of women if they would have sex on the first date, they will say no. What have we said from the beginning of the show? We have even had the conversation in this space very early on where we spoke about what women want from men and what men want from women. Women want security, women want a man that got a job, that got money, right? That is what, by and large, most women say. They want a man to not necessarily be Bill Gates, but a man to be financially stable, right? And men want access to intimacy. Therefore, if going on that premise, right, and on the first date, right, and on the first date, you are not going to have sex with me, which is fine. I'm not expecting sex on the first date. I'm not expecting any physical intimacy on the first date. Why is your expectation that I take you out and pay for an exorbitant amount of money for the meal? Why is it expected that you know, if we both agree, we say, you know, well, we getting all good, the conversation going well or whatever. You want to link up? And yes, people, I saw some person that, are we going as friends? Well, it's only we going to hang out as friends. Yes, we are friends. Because watch, at that point, we have expressed a mutual interest in each other, but that is not necessarily that you see me as your husband, shoot, or boyfriend. I don't see you as my wife or girlfriend. Therefore, what are we going out as? We are going out as two people that have an interest in each other. I don't see why, and again, right, you know, I thought about this too, Derek. Remember in one of the Senate shorts we did, we talked about women setting their value, their marketplace value, where we spoke on a woman that wanted money from a gentleman, but was upset and saying,
Don't talk it out too much.
Right. Anyhow, the woman was upset and speaking about what previous men would have done, right? Well, you can't do this, right, but previous man did that. No, we are setting up ourselves. The first few interactions, whenever we interact with a woman and whenever we allow certain things to happen, we are setting the precedent. Think of it like law. Think of it like, you know, statutes. You setting a precedent. So now if I take you, if you say, you know, we're going on the first day, say carry you champers, but the person can be expecting to get champers all the time. The person can be expecting when we say we going out, you carry me to dinner, this is where it is, right? And we got to be wary of that because in the end, I understand you want to see if I can be financially prudent, responsible, shoot, if I can be stable financially. But what does me giving you a meal within a few $100s mean in terms of us spending the rest of our lives together? Shoot, just being boyfriend and girlfriend. I feel like this whole notion of the expectations surrounding the first date is very and this is the beginning of a relationship. This is why everything is so backward, right? This is why there's such a disconnect because we have a problem from the first interaction, social interaction that we have between men and women. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, I think that one, you gotta be careful with the expectations you set. Two, as Derek said, if we're talking about equity and not equality, right? Then it don't matter because I think that women are not approaching men. You know, if you approach me and you ask me out, my expectation is that you will pay. I ain't saying got money, but that's the expectation, right? That if you ask me out, you pay for me. Likewise, if I ask you, I will pay for you as well. But still, if you ask me out and you tell me, man, I can carry you to the cliff, I ain't gonna say no. Likewise, if you ask me out and tell me we going to the Miss Jean shop at the corner, she got a nice rice and pie, I ain't gonna say no to that either. Because I am giving the lead to you. I am submitting to you. See me there? Right? So I think I see. So I think that we have to be very cognizant of our expectations. And men, you have to be able to know that this is a way of everything is a means to understanding who's the person that you are going to be with. So if you approach someone, you ask them out, you are obviously taking care of the bill. You've asked out the person, you're expecting the bill, but know where your pockets stand. Know what you can handle. And if you decide I can carry she pink star and she knows that and say you're a broke ninja, then she ain't the one for you. Because that is telling me that when the going gets rough in life, which may very well happen, because life has a very good way of humbling you. You understand? She gone. So that is how I see it. I see chat going off, so I don't know. I didn't mean to go off on a soliloquy there. But.
Dion is asking, saying we need to ask why it's important for the man to pay. Is it interest they're showing or wealth? I think it's a bit of both. I think they're trying to impress and show that they can provide, even if it is only provide a meal.
Yep.
Riyadh seems to be a little shocked. Jennifer says she make up so different. Jimmy, good to see you, buddy. Jimmy says buy her friend's food. Not for
that ain't happening. She first thing first. Sorry, there. First things first. I know one of women in here don't do it, but check the scene, right? Whoever can hear my voice, right? Because if this may be for the people rewatching. If I ask out you, and I have an interest in you, and you tell me along the line, by the way, my girlfriend gonna be coming, so you can swing a picture. Sorry, babe, they're off. You could get vexed, or please, I ain't interested in you.
Not me.
Yeah, I ain't interested in you and you, friend. Nah, if I ask you out with the
that will never happen. You will never live to see that happen.
If you know that I'm interested in you and the expectation, if I just said for all and sundry that can see and hear this, that if I ask you out, the bill on me, you can ask your friend to come. But I ask your friend.
Got time for that.
Oh, that's a big one. Anybody got time for that? So nah. Again, I know the ladies in here are not necessarily made up that way, but this is for anybody that watch this in the future, whatever. Because that point will stand from now to whenever the internet don't exist no more. Anyhow, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, these things do happen, right? Steve said it's not only food, it's food, gas, and time. Correct. Dion, the time period where men paid is also associated with women being less than or making less. Ria says, I still like chivalry. It's funny stuff. Steve, the friend is a definite call block technique. No, he's forced to feed and probably impress two women who have little to no interest in him. Correct.
Wasting so much time unless unless we're doing a polyamorous sort of thing, unless we're doing some sort of me and she and you and all sorts of things.
Treat some action.
Nah, that ain't working out for me.
Austin says Pink Stardust beat. Rihanna says I don't think so. The except for one case going on dates, men have always insisted they pay. I not been asked to go Dutch, whether it's restaurant or movie. Cross in the house, Cross says,
shut up, Cross.
He'll just want to say that I am way more concerned about the guy's grammar than the idea of going Dutch, as was I, to be honest. Dion said, don't get me wrong, Rihanna, I do too, but it's pain. It's pain chivalry. I went Dutch at the movies 2 weeks ago and we in a relationship. Are the movies even open? Wow, look at that. I didn't even know. Cross says literally people, you don't even know what that is. Anton. Yes, I wanted to get to this point. Anton says, I don't know about that first date thing. If I'm accustomed to champers and I want company, you come in with me. So I can vet if you are champers, my lifestyle, material, or if it's going to be uncomfortable. Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
So, you ain't got saying in there for that. You got saying in there for that, man. That is gospel. Oh.
Sensational.
But not that.
For me. For me, I approach it the same way, Anton, in that if I know that I eat, and I a little different because I comfortable most places. So, but depending on what you want to rock, where you feel it rocking, I would do that. And if I ask you to come and come true, and that's on me. I was school like that, but yeah, I just say this old school like that. So if I invite you out, more than likely, I invite you out because I can't cover it, right? But don't play invite you out now. You're gonna act a fool and all of a sudden, you call in for things that you never eat in your life. So all of a sudden, you want calamari and all kind of thing.
That's what he's saying.
It's not gonna work with me.
Shout out, Cassie. Fat.
Right?
No, there was a story. You know that you said that, right? There was a story that a very good friend of mine, he told me way back in the day, where he invited a woman out, made a plan to take her to dinner, He was interested in her, and he made his expression, his intent very clear. And he invited her out to dinner and said he would take her to a very, I would say, a posh restaurant. And the woman called during the day and said, well, you know, they made these plans like probably like a week in advance, right? Because that's the kind of guy he is. She called him like a few hours before the actual day and said, well, she in Bay Street at Casablanca, Copacabana, sorry. Right? Copacabana.
Mercy.
Right. I call back Copacabana. Yeah, I at Copacabana that had a little drink up, a little some after something, right? Some get together. And she was there drinking the whole day. I think it was like a beach party, drinking since 12. And was telling him to pick her up for the date. From there, red flag number 1. Cause my mom figured this is the first date.
Wellness.
I swinging and picking you up from Copacabana. Well, no, it doesn't matter where you're picking you up from. Is that you were out before, you don't plan to go home and
Go home, bed and freshen up.
And the thing is, you don't even know, because if there's a beach party, was her apparel, right? So the man asked her, like, you know, we're going to this type of restaurant or whatever. And she's like, don't worry, you can be dressed appropriate and whatever. And she was indeed, you know, dressed in a style that could have worked for both. But anyhow, he picked her up. The woman was half drunk. So he took her to the restaurant. So he took her to the restaurant, and he was so embarrassed at how loud she was. She was amplified.
No. Here's the thing.
But hold on, Derek. No, hold on.
Neil. This is his fault.
No. He agreed. No, but he said, you know, that's my bad. You know what? I paid for the meal. I enjoyed things. I was a complete gentleman. But she ain't here for me ever again. Because when she ordered, she was loud. When she questioned certain things on the menu, she was rude to the waiter. She was loud, obnoxious. People that were around them were staring. And he felt so uncomfortable, right? She mispronounced words of expensive things or things she was not necessarily accustomed to. So for him, he met her.
The horse nerves.
So the horse nerves, right?
Yeah, the canips.
Yeah, the canips. Yeah. So he would have taken her out. No, he would have, you know, gotten to know her, like probably had a conversation with her or two. And obviously, you don't have a good assessment because that person is obviously very sedate. You don't necessarily putting on their best ears to impress you as a potential mate. So, but yeah, she had some liquors and she did free up. And everybody knows that when you got a little liquor in your system, the real you comes out and is very magnified. So my mom said,
"Angry people tell you the truth. Angry people, children, and drunks."
You understand? And my mom said he was so embarrassed. He asked her to, you know, you don't necessarily have to speak that loud or whatever. And he said, wait, she's like, wait, you're embarrassed? And he was like, and the thing is, he was so embarrassed because he never saw it. The man said he never saw this behavior from her before. And, you know, he paid for dinner. Because that's the type of man he is. Took her home. And that was the end of that. She tried hitting him up. My mom she blocked and on blue ticks. So, I just had to give that anecdote because there is a certain level of, you don't know who you get involved with. You don't know what you're getting involved with. This is the initial social interaction with this person. You don't know who this person is, who you get into. And sometimes, well, not sometimes, but if you got asked with somebody on a first date, you got it covered. You got to really temper your expectations and know exactly what and where you want to take this. Understanding full well that this first date is to make a first impression and set the precedent going forward.
Yeah, Anton says I won't do a gap burger if I don't normally just because of you. I'm not going to make myself uncomfortable for you. Nah, of course you can't come demanding anything from me and I'm not expecting. Well, you know, I was going to say it could be a little dicey if the lady in particular is not accustomed to, let me say Champers because that seems to be the restaurant of choice. Mm-hmm. But by the same token, as you say, a gap burger, if you really about that, you know, you would then have to I guess, elevate her palette, if you want to call it that. But that's a whole other story. We can get into that in a little bit, but in terms of elevating somebody and all that. But that's another story. Here we go. Dion says chivalry means courtesy, generosity, etc., not to impress. Chivalry is, I want to say dead, guys. Laura asks the question that we ask all the time: do we really have a dating culture in BIM? Though, no, we do not. Because if you go with somebody once or twice, you got them.
No. No, Derek. From the time you all have the intimacy, you know what I mean? Once you get the loving.
But people only go see it out, even whether they get loving or not. They don't go see it out.
No, Derek. I'm telling you for sure. When the loving pass, I got shares in that. That's both men and women.
We keep saying take your time in that regard, but we don't do that. We can't do that. Black people like sex. That's what it says. Yeah, fight me on that one.
And then a fight. What is a fight?
See, yeah, there might be. It is. So Cross, you're doing it because it's your thing, not to flaunt that you're balling, right? It's your thing.
It's your thing.
You know what I mean? There's a restaurant here in Barbados that, I went to it so many times, right? So many times that it was a case where we would come in, they would just point me to a table, they would go and sit down. I didn't even need a menu I could order.
The usual, man. You want the usual?
As a matter of fact, the waiter come and ask me, you want usual thing? Yeah. Coffee would come. That kind of thing, you know what I mean? But that's just how, that was just the vibe in there, you know what I mean? So that was cool. Steve says, what if I take you Champers and you barely eat or anything on the menu? You just wanted to go because you've never been there. Wow. Yeah.
And that's where you open
a real thing.
And that's where you opening up yourself to like men and the women that do have no problem with this. You're opening yourself for that. You're opening yourself for the person taking advantage of you, essentially. Because it is human nature for people to take advantage of people. Some people just ain't a good. So if you go to a restaurant and go ahead, make your point.
Yeah, this way you can. I think it would again go back to Maria. Casual, inexpensive, right? No harm, no foul. Because when they go and they call for these things at Chambers and the bill come in at $300, $400, and they see all you food getting scraped off and somebody waste tray, I can be cruel.
Well,
it didn't waste my money.
For me, it ain't even about the money. I just don't like the waste of food. That bothers me. It has nothing to do with money, Shoot, it could be a meal. It could be a meal that we get for free. If you come up with me,
agree,
and you call for it, that's the thing. You ordered it. So if we got it for free, you order, let's say, macaroni, pie, chicken, fish, whatever, salad. You ordered that and got it for free. And you ate 2 bites of it and then it had to throw away, it would upset me because you are wasting food. And then you add in the money component. Then you add in the money component.
I'm not gonna say it's a different thing wasting $5 and wasting $500. You know what I mean? So it's definitely hit more the more it costs.
Yep, hit different.
So that's why I think to Maria's point from last week or week before, whenever it was, casual, inexpensive. I went on the first date. Well, it was the first date in a long time, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And it was just a drinks date. Couple of glasses of the one you sit on, you talk, that's it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Because really you just want conversation.
That was cool, that was fine. Yeah. No, Neil, you're trying to figure out if there can be conversation.
Well, yeah.
Because if it can be conversation,
that's what I meant. That's actually what I meant. Yeah.
Right. So you're trying to figure out if there's a natural flow to the conversation, if you and the person are vibing that kind of way, you kind of feel out, with the do's and don'ts. Fellas, if you're trying to hit, you kind of try to break the touch barrier a little bit, that kind of little things.
No, but I'm touching the body. I ain't touching the body without the consent, boy. Not me. Not at these times.
You got ways to do any things, right? So yeah, casual, inexpensive. You spend a couple dollars on it. I won't say how much because poor is relative, rich is relative, I suppose. No harm, no foul. And then you can say, well, hey, how about next time we go X place? And I gave her the opportunity to say, well, yeah, that ain't really my speed. Can we do X instead? Fellas, a woman probably won't tell you, can we do X instead? She'll probably just say, I don't like that place. But I ain't really feeling that because she wants you to have another suggestion, right? So you make that suggestion. How about we go this place? Don't be like this guy. Share a story with you guys. Correct, Laura. There's touching and touching.
When we talk about touching, not touching.
Right? There's this guy. He took a girl to a restaurant at a hotel on the South Coast, and but when I don't tell you the story, you know where he was going. Which restaurant he was at, and upon seeing the menu, the young lady was most aghast at the fact that there was no macaroni pie on the menu.
I remember this story.
And a lot of the stuff on the menu she could not pronounce and stuff like that. So she was really upset about it. So he had to then take her to the 99 convenience store in G-Syndicate Center. And is G-Syndicate Center that was called it now? G-Syndicate?
Yeah, well,
G-Syndicate.
yeah.
Take her. It's a complex, whatever you call it. Had to take her to the 99 convenience store and buy some Guinness because that's what she was about. So he tried to, ball out, as I think Miss Cross I made the point about balling out. He tried to ball out and show her, yeah, this how he got it, but she probably can't really handle that kind of thing. So Guinness it was, and then a nice night in the room. But the restaurant part could not compute. So correct, Laurie. You brush your hair first by accident and see how she reacts just from there. And that's literally what it is. Guys, do not disregard this comment from Laura.
Oh, well, yeah,
okay?
True. Yeah.
Is you're trying to break that touch barrier and get some data from her response. If you get the brush off, then and there for you fellas. Abort mission early.
Well, I will say this, right? From how I am. Let me just from my perspective, my opinion, and from who I am. People don't understand. People think that I am joking when they say when somebody touches me, particularly somebody I don't know, I remember it. Every time somebody touched me, particularly somebody that I don't know, whether it be on my hand, my back, my head, whatever, I remember it because I am my personal space. Like there's a whole thing. Anyhow, the point is for me, I find that I'm not a very touchy-feely person unless I'm comfortable with you. So, like in a setting of a first date, I ain't gonna necessarily initiate a touch with intent, if that makes sense. Yeah, you might be like, let's say telling a story, and it's like, you wouldn't believe, right? And I animated because I get animated sometimes when I tell certain stories or whatever. But generally speaking, I would not do the accidental brush because for me, I find that the touchy-feely part of it would be more a woman's thing. That's just my opinion.
Not necessarily, Neil. So let me show you what you mean. So you come to the restaurants open up these days, but you come to an establishment. Let me see you go into Bubbles, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Bubbles has a closed door.
Mm-hmm.
You open the door for her, and just a very light touch, you small to her back to come true and break the touch barrier.
Right? Not me.
If she regularly can say the peed, well, they're really in there. But if she accepts that touch, you cool. You good to go.
But my opinion is
trust me on these things, guys. Ladies, if you agree, put some ones in the chat.
No, I know women say that they like that and everything like that, right? But for me personally, I'm not telling this is what men should do or not do. I just telling for me personally, I wouldn't do that because that I like in my mind I got it like that's a creep move. That's kind of weird. You know what I mean? I mean, if we leave in the restaurant and it went well, but like not initially. Like initially, to me, once I feel you out and feel like what kind of person you are, and I gauge in you, then sure, I will get more comfortable or whatever. But generally speaking, on the first date, I don't necessarily go looking to stroke the the small of the back or hand or anything like that. Because I know I be I know that's just me. What happened?
Look.
Wait, my man Ruben
Cross.
Ruben Simmons, Dr. Ruben Simmons. Listen to me, right? This is a man. This is a brother of mine, right?
A legend.
A legend.
A legend.
A legend. Ruben, thank you so much for joining, boy. Look, I mean, thanks for joining, my brother. I hope you and your family are safe. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. But yeah,
the only makers of sport be saying Derek with the moves, up putting in the ones, appreciate it. As I said, Derek spinning game, not really, but yeah, just a little bit. Laura says, but you aren't trying to gravel her up. You just want to see
you know
if
that.
she flinches. That's all you're really trying to tell.
But
if she's comfortable with you touching her, you cool. Hold tight. Cross, no. I love Cross's contributions. Cross need to be here every time we have a show. Cross says, Caribbean dating. You know someone is into you when you all grinding and walking up for more than a verse and a chorus.
Oh,
facts.
You ain't got saying there. You ain't got saying there for that. You got something there for that. Fact.
Oh my God.
Fact.
Facts.
Wait, Derek it is?
Facts.
Derek.
Yeah, man.
You know, Derek like he drop out, man. But you see,
yeah, man,
Cross that was so much facts, right? That my man Derek drop out. You did, Derek?
Man, you know, you can hear me?
Okay, I ain't seeing. I see somebody calling me. The person that is calling me, I can't answer because I use my phone as my camera, so can't really answer right now. But yeah, I can hear you. I can't see you though. But yeah, the person that's calling me, they're also on the chat. I guess they won't really talk about things, but I can't really answer right now because, you know, I use my phone as my camera. Yeah, we can see you now. Yeah, man, but that's fact. That is so much fact, in fact, that if you dance with a girl a whole night, that is the first date, you know. So really the guy, you know, is just to confirm certain things that made you together. How many times, I ain't gonna tell you if it is you or other people, right? But let's ask the question. How many times you've danced with a person a whole night, right? Bobbin? There you there?
I hear, man.
I can't hear you, but I hear laughter. But I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I don't know what's up.
Okay, well there seems to be a delay between. Anyhow, so this is what I remember, right? And I want you all to tell me, don't speak on if it happened to you. Don't speak to if you do it. But how many of us have fetted before? And I know a lot of us, as my man Ruben is saying here, fets before social media, the good old days. Fact on fact. How many of you would have gone to fets, walk up with somebody a whole night, right? And then on the first date, you had a little action. And then after that, when it's boyfriend or girlfriend. Just put once. You could say, we can just treat it as somebody you know. It ain't gonna be you. But Derek, I feeling and go, Derek.
Call me back, man. Call me back, cause we got a delay or something.
I could, if you could hear me, put a thumb. Right. Okay. So, right. Okay. Got you now. All right. Good. There was a little delay there, right? Yeah, we got a real horrible delay, so I can call you back right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Senate podcast. We're having a little issue here. While we have this little break here, you can like, comment. Well, you're commenting, like, subscribe. Take the minute right now to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And yeah, man, let me keep the conversation going. Share with your friends. Like the Facebook page. You can see on the lower right of the page. There.
I believe so.
Yeah, we can't see you, but there we go. All right, give me a thumbs up. Let me see. Yeah, good. We good. Okay. Right. So as I was saying, just like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me get this community growing and going because we got to get the conversation going. We got to highlight certain things. We are on Facebook, the Senate Podcast. We are already on YouTube. I already tell you to subscribe. I already tell you to hit the notification bell. We are on Instagram, the Senate the Senate Podcast 246. Excuse me. And then we are on. You could email us senateinsession@gmail.com if you have anything that you want us to cover, talk about, or anything like that. And people have generally that have our personal numbers, and they would tell us certain things, give us ideas for shows, things we need to talk about, and stuff like that. So we do appreciate everyone that has grown this community so far. But we feel as though we have just started. We are not at all satisfied with this community because we really want to get the word out. We really want to get the conversation going, and we really want to not only educate, inform, but to learn, to be challenged, to challenge. It is all about having the discourse and also having the open mind to understand that we can't continue operating the way that we have continued because we've gone so far left that we started to circle back right. So, right. So where we were, man, we were fed in the old time days. I only see my Astons showing once. My man Ruben saying define action. Man, Ruben, it could be any type of action, you know, depending on how old you were, or depending on where you were, or whatever. It could have been could be something like a kiss up, making out. Could be, you know, a full bore. But we all know that, and I think it is interesting to think about how we have no dating culture because it was surrounding our social go-to aesthetic. So basically, if a woman dances with you, as we men, if a woman dances with you a whole night, right? Like, shoot, I always get the test. You dance with me for one song, you dance with me for 2 songs, you dance with me for 3 songs. I said, let me get the bar and come back. Get the bathroom, whatever. When I come back, she there waiting for you and then dance with somebody else, or dance with somebody else and stop dancing with them when you come back to dance with you. You end up like falling. You understand? Not that she just like your movements or just feeling, you know, whatever. She just being polite. She into you. And if she's into you, right, we just go with this thing like, all right, you know, this woman into me. I got the phone number or however you get in contact, or you may wait until the next time, because remember, fetting back in the day, it used to be every week. You understand? Every week you get into a fet. So you will see the person, Barbados in a big place. You butt up on the person again, you continue the romance. Correct? So you don't date because you keep going to the fet, you're 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 going to the fet. Then one night you make a move, somebody make a move, somebody kissing up, you got something in your mouth. And then all of a sudden now, you realize, me and this woman like being saying, yeah. So then no, you go on this first date with it's not even an expectation of getting to know the person. It's like you feel like you know the person enough to say, well, all right.
You know them.
Yeah.
You know them.
Yeah, you know it. Because shoot, we dance a whole night. I see you a whole night. I see you friends. I know who your friends are. Shoot, we do a little making out here and there. So this date right now is just and then when you go into that date, you realize, man, this person ain't got nothing in common. You ain't got Keisha there. Nothing.
I always got Keisha there, brother.
Nothing. Right. We ain't got nothing. Yes, something in your mouth, whether it's a tongue, you know, but get your mind out of the gutter now. I'm not necessarily saying that, no, come on, people, let's be civilized. Could be a tongue in your mouth. I mean, come on, let's not get on as if we are talking, you know. Anyhow, but that's the thing. So we never had a dating culture, and now that we have, obviously, COVID going on, the pandemic, or it's the panorama, the
Panasonic.
The Panasonic. Now that we have this going on in the world, and we have to now rethink and readjust to how we socialize, it's very interesting now that we have no social. We don't have that social interaction now. Skills. So now how we can date? It's going to be very interesting because I was thinking about this today. Like when everything opens back up, whenever that is going to be completely different. And what's it going to look like? So you know. How we can date, how we can do the Beijing dating, how we can get to know a woman. You understand what I mean? And
I think we're gonna revert to the norm because the reality is that's what we know, that's what we're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. So we can revert to the norm, and then we can end up in these bad situations where We find that we don't really know the people with whom we're going out.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really know much about them, except other than the kawaka or the can, the kakes or the can. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we will find that out. Well, we find out that this body's a goat or not after the fact. And by the time we find out it's too late, we already in a relationship. And if you're lucky, you can get out. If you aren't lucky, you're tethered together for at least 18 years if you could read between the lines and figure out what that means. So it's a case of really and truly trying to, we got to normalize certain things. And we got to normalize certain things, get accustomed to certain things. Maybe the whole Panasonic is kind of like a blessing for that part of our interaction, in that they're in effect to get to know.
Yeah.
So now we actually have to talk to people. We actually have to interact with people, find out something about them. And now we're able to actually make better decisions or more informed decisions. We still make bad decisions, but at least now we got more information to make those bad decisions.
Which should mean that you're more accountable.
What is accountability? You know what I mean?
Oh, Bumbacla.
So yeah, hopefully we are able to make more informed decisions coming out of this, because we had to really slow down, as the Prime Minister said. We had to pause and really look at things differently, approach things differently, because they're in the Club Extreme now. Shout out to people that went to Club Extreme. They're in the Club Extreme. They get to
Club Extreme, boy.
They in the McBrides. They're in a reggae lounge. They're nothing. So what people gotta do? They gotta go in a restaurant. So 6 mix crack back every night, because people gotta go in 6 mix and interact. And if a fella want a little play, he can't rely upon a DJ man to get his some play. He go actually go up and talk. He go up and interact.
Lord,
he actually go in the pocket and spend some money on a couple of drinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because clearly the girls ain't going Dutch. So
they ain't going Dutch. You know, I just remembered a story, right? There's a funny story. So way back in the day, we talking about a whole other century ago, right? There was an event called Spectacular, right? No, I'm assuming everybody in here know what Spectacular is. For those of you who don't know, Spectacular was this was around like February, March, where we used to have like a lot of Trinity acts or whatever to coincide with Trinity Carnival and everything like that. So, you know, we would have a show at the National Stadium back when you could have parties at the National Stadium and events. And, you know, I went to the National Stadium, me and the boys, man, having some drinks, we walking at Stink, enjoying myself. And this one particular young lady give me a dance a whole night. I guess she the test. I say I came back, like, walking boat. Come back, she was still there in the same spot, not dancing with her body. Dance with she, you know. So then we went over the cycling track and do a bit of kissing, right? So
you had a very adventurous fatting life, I have to say.
Anyhow, some files have been redacted, right?
Yeah, leave it at that.
Right, so this is one of the 10 ones I could tell. So,
Lord have mercy.
Right? So we, you know, right? So we gone on to cycling track. We do a bit of kissing. We kissed for a long time. Actually, it was impressive because I think we kissed for 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm not capping. It was long. Probably not 2 hours, but it was long. So anyhow, after that, no. You wake up the next morning, you realize, what? The so-and-so. So now she is also thinking, what's the so-and-so? And we have a conversation on the phone as to what it meant. And then, you know, after that, it was like, well, I guess that means that we are in a relationship. And that lasted all of 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. 2 weeks. I saw her probably once in those 2 weeks. And that was that. It like, there was nothing else. Nothing, no other physical, anything. There was literally just that. We had phone conversations. And after a while, it was like, yeah, this is... Yeah, you know, like when you have... Because back then, no, they're not cell phones. They're not Instagram. They're not Twitter. Shoot, they didn't even have ICQ. Right? They're not MSN.
Damn.
They didn't internet at all. So now you on the phone now. You on the phone now all 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and you getting these moments of pause, right?
Yeah.
And you're just hearing
uncomfortable silence.
And you're just hearing the crickets in the background. You're like, yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right. And then it became this ain't gonna work out. I think it is. And the thing is, it was mutual, you know, because it was like, so we need to have a conversation. It was like, yeah. So I think it's best we stay friends. I say, oh wow, I was gonna say that too. Yeah. And that was that. That was that. So that I say all of that to say that we have no dating culture in Barbados. And because you kiss at somebody, well, shoot, I was a teenager back then, but no, you ain't just kissing up. He's a big man, he's a big woman, shoot. You in there, you might do something a little more. And then you say, oh, shoot, we in a relationship? No. I gave this person access to intimacy. And now, this is my man. This is my woman. But you really and truly, when you ask the person, so what do you think about the vaccine? Well, I think that, they're putting microchips in it. So, within my opinion, I think that the 5G thing and then the aliens, they're trying to keep too much for me. So it is important to have that sit down and talk. And the unfortunate thing is that I feel this is information we have as older people, but I wish I had known certain things 20 years ago. And I would like to impress on the young people to actually consider a dating culture, right? Not necessarily saying a dating culture will make you make better decisions, as Derek said, but it will help you make more informed decisions. So yeah, I see Dion saying tell more stories, man. Dion, I don't know if I could do that. There are some stories better that I will go think about it, see if I can change the names and locations to protect the innocent. But
the names, reputations, everybody involved.
Yeah, because Barbados ain't about 166 square miles, and But yeah, I got a lot of stories. I got a ton of stories. I see there's a lot of pandemic love. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, a lot of pandemic love.
To your point, Rian says, I think our dating culture changes with age, doesn't it? And it does, because...
No, it doesn't. We can disagree. Go ahead. You make your point.
I think, well, for me,
okay. Because
my situation might be a little different because I don't party like I used to, and my approach to certain things has changed. My days, playing on a grass skirt and walking up on a youth fencing over.
I can see the picture now. I think you remember Derek.
I no longer party like that. So, and as such, my approach to interactions with females is not so festive and fevered. Let me put it that way. So, I is a lot more measured. So I am not. My culture has changed. I don't know if other people in chat have found that, but as I see neighbor in the chat, shout out neighbor says conversation specialist going love when these things now. If you can't carry a convo, you're wasting time. Yeah, because that's what we coming to know.
It's true. You can't just meet up and have the sex. So if you can't meet up to have the intimacy, and all you gotta do is have the Skype date, so you gotta talk or whatever, you're struggling. Yeah. I would to your point. The reason why I say that the culture has not necessarily changed, right? I think that it goes back to what you said about making more informed decisions, not necessarily better decisions, because even though with age, you are, because agreed, we don't party like that anymore, even when there wasn't a pandemic, right? We don't party like that anymore. We don't go like that. We don't go around certain events and situations anymore. So then now, when we find, and this is what I would consider unique to Barbados in terms of our size and the population, we have access to a certain circle, a certain type of people, right? Unless you go out of your way or go out of the norm or you get a random situation on the street, right? And even then, when you do that, I find in some situations, well, for me, I can only speak, you are approached saying, well, I like you and I want you, I just want to feel what I feel like. And it's like, okay, that's a little, okay, let's make something happen. So now, it starts like that. It starts off very casual, very physical, and then it becomes something more, which we talked on a previous podcast with regards to like feelings and casual being serious and everything like that. So to me, I think the older you get, I think people are more brazen to say and ask specifically about what they want. So a woman say like say I want some off you. You might not say that in them terms, but you will find that the woman will say, or the man will say, yeah, I don't know, I would get a little piece. We have a conversation or two, or shoot, it might not even a conversation. As my man Larry say, inner feelings is just dealings, right? And then it becomes something more. You realize you catch feelings. Let me try to make an honest situation out of this here. And now you're going on a date now, and when you're in a bed, when you're sitting down across the table, and you realize that the woman using a spoon to eat your rice. So I just, yeah, as Ruben is saying, more direct. I think that's it. I think as you said there, is not making better decisions and making you should be making more informed decisions, but we still out here making bad decisions. We still out here making bad decisions.
We still lack the discipline to do that.
Oh, the P&D discipline.
Yeah. Yeah, we need that sexual discipline. Justice has given them the their, and their test. Yeah.
Oh no, Justin! If Justin, if you do that, boy, you ain't gonna date out your circle, boy. I can tell you that straight.
Let me go back to Anton's point, though. Anton makes the point. All my earlier talk aside, I'd advise the ladies to do that on the first outing. At least pull out your card and let him have to deny it for your safety and future sanity. Yes, there are a lot of crazy people out there, and if a man views your interaction, your date as an investment, he is going to want some kind of return on investment. I know Rihanna made the point for food. Yeah. Yeah. She's called it for lamont, parrot, and gizzards.
Part wine.
Part wine.
Go ahead.
But yeah, men are going to want a return on investment. You may see it as a plate of food, but as Steve said, is the food, the money, the gas. That's all of that is wrapped up in his investment. And he's going to say, you know what? The plate of food costs $100, but tonight he spent $400 for this date. You know what? I am to get something from it.
Wait, I see something going on. I see something going on in this chat here. Let me clarify something. I see Rihanna here saying, and here I thought Neil was my big brother's
just leave it alone,
innocent, kind of cute friend. And I see Dion saying, all right, I was the innocent of the group. Doesn't necessarily make me innocent. And it's still kind of cute. Shoot. But yes, that would explain why we were friends. Yeah, good times. That's all I can say. Good times, and we came out the other side of it. That's all I can say. We came out the other side. Nobody in, dead or got STDs or I can't speak for myself. I could listen. I have too much fun. Anyhow, I am having too much fun. Nah, but I play whole gamut. I just joking here. I just joking. We had good times. We had some very interesting situations, and yes, I have a lot of stories, not only about myself but about other people. It was all
antisocial. It went left real fast. I was trying to get him to leave that comment and note,
right?
Because I knew that was gonna go left.
But I will say this. I will say this, right? Back to the dating thing and going Dutch, right? I think that I think what I am picking up here, which is most important, and we have to kind of get rid of, and as Derek said, normalize, is that the expectation the gender roles, the whole concept and the whole idea going into it, because we have to understand that the first date is the first social interaction where you're going to find out, if this person is someone you can have a conversation with, if this person is someone that you want to be seen out in public with, if this person is someone that and it's likewise, it's not only for you, it's for the other person to see that you can be the person to go out with and that you are the person that can carry a conversation as well. So I think that we get bogged down on the expectations. We get bogged down on the he got to pay for me, or I got to make sure that I cover she and this and that and next. We focus on the wrong things, because I think that throughout the dating cycle, the dating process, you're going to find out if the man is holding, if the man is financially prudent and successful. You're going to find out if this woman is a woman that is going to be someone you can hold down and wants to be held down. Because to me, if you coming into the situation saying, well, I ain't getting Dutch, furthermore, this man going to carry me to a certain particular type of restaurant, then you are setting up yourself for failure, both man and woman. I think that if you go into a situation, first things first, I ask you, you asked me where we going. I said, well, all right, I was thinking about carrying you to, a little pizzeria or something like that here. You know what I mean? And she like, pizzeria? Nah, man, I won't get to Champers or whatever. No, if I agree to go to Champers, I can tell you straight. No, if you want to go to a situation like that, I have no problem. But understand that I don't have that in my budget. And understand that if you really want to go there because you think that you want to see a particular something in me that a champer is going to reveal to you, no problem. But understand we got to get Dutch at the very least. You know what I mean? Because as Maria said, it is about being casual. It's about being easy. It is not about the first date where we go and what we eat. It is about having that face-to-face interaction where we can have the conversation. Because we live in an era where we could always text. We could always DM. And there's no face-to-face interaction, the language, everything like that. So it is not about where we go. Language. You know, I remember when you said language, right?
That's why I said it.
Right. But it is not about where we go, what we eat. It is not about that. It's not about the status. It's not about the social status. It is about figuring out if there can be a second date. Whether we go, it could be something where I pick you up, we go to the Folkestone, and we just sit down on a bench. And if we could have a good conversation, I have had first dates where we've done that. I've had first dates where you literally just having a conversation. You just meet it somewhere and say, man, let you pass you, we get somewhere so we can talk. We just chat. You understand? Because you would have had the conversations on the phone or on instant message. And you realize, you're a cool chick. I pick you up and let me see if we could think, right? Have conversations. Or you go on a first date to the movies or something simple. And then I remember a particular first date, right? And I remember this first day. It was very memorable to me because it was not even a plan. I had heard through the grapevine that this person was interested in me. And I thought that she was kind of cute. And we were talking back and forth on Facebook Messenger. It was even nothing concrete. Just Facebook Messenger, we were talking. And one Wednesday, I was by Mark, my best friend Mark, my good friend. Shout out Mark. And I was there. And I was just there, and it was like probably 8 o'clock. And I said, I actually was dating someone before, and that we had a big argument, and that was the end of that. And it was like, I knew within myself that this person that I was seeing, I done with that. I ain't looking back at no, it ain't gonna work, right? So I say, you know what? I really would like to go out with X, I message her on Facebook Messenger, and I say, I shot my shot. I ain't gonna lie to you. I say, listen. If I ask this woman to go on a date, it's 8 o'clock now. If I ask her to go to the movies with me at 9:30, and she says, yes, this is a random Wednesday, and the movie was terrible. If she goes with me to the movies to watch, if she says yes to go to the movies, pretty much going on a first date in an hour and a half, then I know that I ain't like fling. I ask the woman, yeah, Resident Evil showing, Resident Evil, whatever it name, we going to watch it. It's Wednesday the thing. I understand if you say, don't she say, yeah, come pick me up, man. Pick me up at 1:15. I said, what? Tell Mark, yo, go on, pick up the woman. We went and watch the movie. The movie was horrible. but we had good chemistry, right? And then afterward, I dropped her home, and we ended up speaking in the car for about 4 hours. That's a perfect first date to me, right? In that, not necessarily the lack of planning or intake, but like you want the conversation. So it did not necessarily, it did not matter. It did not matter what we did, because the movie was garbage. I can't remember nothing about Resident Evil Retribution. I remember that energy that we had, and I remember like when we were finished and I dropped her off, we sat down in the car. My car was running, and she did not get out, and we ended up speaking for 4 hours, well into the morning, right? To the point where she was like, I was like, look, you gotta go work tomorrow. You gotta go work in like 3 hours. I think that you should get sleep. And she's like, yeah, whatever. But that's the point. The point is, it's not necessarily about where you go or what you do. It is about having that first initial conversation to find out the chemistry and if you mesh. It don't matter who pays. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. And we gotta get out of our heads, because if we set this precedent, well, we've set the precedent where it's like, oh, he gotta carry me, oh, she gotta do this. Shoot, even men expecting certain action on a first date, certain behavior, certain things. We gotta get out of that, because you either in it for the short term, you going with a specific purpose. If you are going for a specific purpose, whether it's to lash and dash it and quit, we could go on and go on. If that's your intent, say that. So look, I like to say once here, I carry you out here, right? But I really would like access to intimacy. What could happen? If she said, man, yeah, we could go and pretend that we's two civilized people, but when I get home, it belongs to you. Then that's fine. But at least you had the conversation. But men, you got to temper your expectations. If you ain't tell that woman that, you ask her out, but you plan to hit, then when the end of the night come, the woman owes you nothing. The woman don't owe you nothing. The woman owes you nothing. Give me Keisha. Nothing. Right? So we got to, men and women, temper our expectations and understand what's the purpose of a first date. The point is, if you're asking out somebody on a first date and they have agreed to you, it is kind of understood that we are going to see where this can go. This is literally the first interaction, and we're trying to figure out where we could go. This ain't trying to figure out nothing else. If we could just stand each other's company for more than 20 minutes. And that's why it was important, going back to the fetting days, where we would a party, get caught up with the dancing whole night and then go on a date. I want to know, it's all good when music playing at me, you could walk a stink. But can we...
There you go, drinks.
Yeah. I can think of a situation. No, that's where how a relationship started for me. Where we was dancing the whole night and then we went on a date and we hardly talked. But she was cute. So, I went along the road and it turned out to be a very challenging relationship, to say the least. But the point is that I made a bad decision, but I was informed in my bad decision making. So the point is that we got to realize that the expectation and the whole trope of the man should pay and the woman should do this and man should do that. I got a good certain survey. He got to value me. But shoot, it's a job interview though. It's a job interview. And I don't know of any situation where somebody is applying for a job and the potential employer pays this person for lunch or anything like that. I could be wrong. My work history is very limited, right? The point is that I don't ask you if as an employer, I say, well, Derek, I am looking to hire you as a technician or something like that. I ain't gonna invite you and buy you food, a $400 meal, and then say, yeah, so we will see how it goes, man. And then I realize now we gotta move in another direction. But I don't.
Yeah, but it is.
Oh no, let my man Steve. I know Steve, my Steve, introduction to production.
I see you, Steve.
I see you, Steve.
Yeah.
Another occult survivor.
Yeah. As the social say, personally, I don't leave my house unless I find her entertaining and can hold an intelligent conversation. Yeah, makes sense. I find women can be in a hurry, but hold on, sis, let me talk a little bit. And that's the point I want to touch there, Neil, because we talk about dating culture, and I think we're real good at the startup part. We're real good at the let me carry you up, let me court and everything. But in terms of getting to the end of the relationship,
longevity,
that long-term relationship / marriage, if you're into that, in terms of getting to that part, we can't really get there because our house is built on sinking sand to borrow so because the foundation of the relationship is built on walk-ups and drinks. So
that's the precedent.
Yeah, when you get 2-3 months down the road, you realize, you know what? This here, and it's time to move on. You know what I mean? So we really good at the startup part of it. The rest of it, not so much.
Not so much.
Ruben said Dutch is a good idea. It's a good idea. Some ladies order the most on the menu. Justice says, to be honest, if I invite you out, it is with the understanding that I don't know your financial situation and it's on my dime. But in the event that you shout me and say, let's go somewhere or we meet up somewhere, don't take it on yourself to assume that you have access to my finances.
That is crazy to me.
I've seen too many women calling for Baileys after we're drinking 4 for 10 deputy all night. Correct. You cannot assume somebody else's finances, right? And I really want to apply that even when you invite somebody out, because again, she might be a customer for 10 deputy and then decide, you know what, we out in choppers or we in tappers or whatever, let me try the Baileys. And then it's like, this tastes bad, and she throw them over the railing and open the boardwalk. You know what I mean? I would not be impressed at all.
Boy, that'd be hard. That would be hard. I mean, not for me. If it was there, if I was watching, it's hard,
right? So, I mean, you don't if you know that you have certain things. If you got certain things, you like them, but don't play you want to, punch above your weight or get on brand new because it's like, shoot, I ain't gonna pay. So all of a sudden, I could call for, as he said, Baileys when you're accustomed drinking Guinness.
But
you know what I mean?
But here's
by the way, women that drink Guinness, this beat man, right? Shut up, Mark Ward. Yeah.
Listen, you know what I was thinking about just now? You imagine carrying a woman to choppers, right? You see this woman, you say you interested in you. You ask girl, you carry choppers, right? And she, just give you the menu, the drinks menu, everything like that. You're looking at the drinks menu and things. So I say, because you got it. So you say, you want to drink? So you say, I want to drink. You better come now. How these banks selling? How these deputies selling? These 4 for 10. Yeah, they're selling 4 for 10. Brother man, jeez. I don't know how I would cope.
There's a friend of mine who's a complete goat. As I told you, we went to choppers a couple weeks ago. And he decided he wanted to be ready when the came around. He wanted to ask her if it was pipe or bottled water in the restaurant. I'll leave you to try and guess which member of G-Syndicate that was. Needless to say, we are at the table trying not to pass out. Right?
Pipe water or where this come from? I see Laura here say, I have been a smooth all no. Leave out the Guinness bashing. I know your husband, right, Laura? I can check it on him tomorrow. I can check it on him tomorrow.
Says, if a woman seeks the most expensive thing on a menu, she's not accustomed. Beware of facts. And Ruben agrees. Mm-hmm. Just say if she asks you what kind of fruits in the let me show you if I can get it right. The fruit, the myrrh.
The what? The fruit,
the myrrh. That's probably how she would pronounce it. Yeah? That's the next thing. If you go to a fancy restaurant, you can't get things pronounced.
Oh, left it out.
Call the waiter and point.
Wait, let's do that straight.
Call the waiter and point.
But here's a question.
You're going in a fancy pronunciation and then you're biting out your tongue and all kind of thing.
No, here's a question because I find it very mixed. In my dating history, I find it just to be a mixed point. Women, I want you to answer honestly. Do you prefer a man when the waiter comes to order for you? Or do you, because I know there are some women that is a deal breaker if the man don't order. The waiter come, you say, what would you have? And you place your order. I was in a situation one time where the woman wanted me to order for her. And then there was another, well, most women that I've dated is just be like, just call for the order what they want, right? But yeah, before the waiter comes, you would have the discussion about what you having, what you thinking about having, this look good, whatever, whatever, whatever. But when the waiter comes now, some women expect that. Is that a thing that is prevalent? Is that a common thing? I just want to know, just a random poll. Would you want your man to order for you? Do you have a problem with your man ordering for you? Or would you prefer to place your own damn order?
Leave that there. Doesn't say I've also been at the other end of the spectrum asking my date what she wants to drink and she called for a Guinness. Nah, boy, hope you don't get beat that night, Justin, boy. We I say, Justin, people can be interested in different things at different times. I like going Nishi and I like Bush Bar. I like Bailey's and I like Extra Old. I dated a guy that didn't like that I could go Bush Bar and enjoy myself. I guess ladies don't go those places. Exactly, Ruben. It could be worse. You could call for one A man. We leave out the Guinness batching for Laura.
Like you're checking out
Coyote. Says Rian, he wasn't the man for you. Lime dress up when you're dressing up. These are deal breaker things. For some people, yes.
Listen.
How can it possibly be a deal breaker if the man doesn't order for you? He knows your palate behave.
But listen,
stranger things have happened, guys.
Listen,
stranger things have happened.
Listen, I want y'all to know, when we come here and we talk about things, we are not just pulling things out of the air to try to cause dissension. These are things that women have said before, not necessarily to us, but what we have seen, whether it be social media, other men telling stories, etc. Some women, I remember being told by an older woman when I was young, right? She was giving me advice and things and saying, your hands are very soft. A woman ain't gonna like soft hands. A woman won't know that you could do hard work. And you could go there and be proactive, productive. She ain't gonna like your soft hands. Your hands too soft. And I'm like, and a lot of women, I do have soft hands, no matter working out, no matter whatever, right? And, I ain't really got the skills to do like construction work or whatever. I don't know how to build nothing outside or anything like that, right? So if my hands are predisposed to be soft, all I just do work out, right? There are some women that have a problem with that have a problem with soft hand man. So when we talk about things like a woman having a problem with a man ordering for them and stuff like that, these are things that happen. It may not be prevalent in your circles, but there are some women that would have a problem with a man ordering for them and a man not ordering for them. I tell you, it's be a crocus bag full of lucky dip. There we go, daily stream, It's just what it is. And people that talk about ain't hard being a man, shoot. It is so difficult being a man. Wait, Kelly.
Laura says.
Kelly, you late again. Get do some laps.
Real late too. Where hubby and I go, we discuss what we are having, so we don't order the same thing. And I tell him what I want, and he calls for it. I think that generally tends to be the way to go. The standard thing. Well, in my experience. Just saying, when I ever had a first time date, and the person reach over and took something from your plate, I've never experienced that. I don't know how I would respond.
Brace yourself.
If I did.
Brace yourself.
I think that would be a deal breaker for me. I don't think I would process that one well at all. Because
ladies,
I order what I order because I want to eat it. You order what you want. You ordering because you want to eat it. Eat your stuff. Don't eat mine.
No, I have no problem. Ladies, please listen. I have no problem if we are ordering stuff and you are curious about the thing that I've ordered. And you tell me before and like, whoa, I never tried that or whatever. I just would like to taste some. Is that a problem? No problem. Give me the heads up. It don't matter if it's the first day. It don't matter if it's the 256th day. The point remains is that let me know beforehand will you both. But if I order something and it comes with, I don't know, 3 wings or 3 cuts of meat, I don't know, whatever. And you take 1 cut, you might buy that got them parcel. You understand? Yep. So I don't mind if you come and say, oh, I am ordering this. I was thinking about that, but I don't know. I never taste that. I would like to try it. Would you have a problem if I taste some of it? No problem. Go for it. Knock yourself out. But don't come, order what you order, I order what I order, and then you all of a sudden picking from. I'm not asking a word, you know. Not asking a word. 'Cause you know when women got this thing, but you know, if you love me, you can give me last piece of food. That what? Man,
That was in a movie.
That was in a movie. But I have heard that. I remember he dated a woman. He won't tell me, you know, if you love me, you give me last piece of food. You can measure my love based.
No la 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 la, no love in the world.
I see somebody bring up the point about sushi, right? And that is the point. Sushi, especially in Barbados, is rather expensive, and they only come in a certain amount. So if I know I got 6 rolls there, California rolls, and they done got like cheese on bread and I had sushi in a long time, I really want to look at this sushi. Shoot, this sushi costs $40. The problem, I ain't eat it. And I got these 6 things itemized. I ask you, will you plan to eat? Or I can eat a hamburger. I said, no problem, go for it. You sure you want the sushi? Nah, I want the sushi. Especially if you make the comment, oh, I had sushi in a long time, but I want the sushi. No problem. I got my 6 rolls. And you come pulling up my I want my rolls? Stop it. Cut it out. Or if you want sushi.
Kelly saying you would get joked with the fork.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Well, in that case, chopstick.
You would get joked with the fork.
And I know name with a chopstick.
There's so many strange things that happen in this dating game, right? And again, when we come here on Tuesday and Thursday night, we don't just come and talk, but we want to talk. You know what I mean?
Watch me here on there. We don't just come a dipsy doodle, shoulder cross.
Yeah, shoulder cross. We don't really dipsy doodling. We kind of make sure that you guys know what's up.
How school
because as I was saying at the beginning, you can't have an enjoyable experience if you don't know the rules under which you're playing.
But
you can't enjoy the game if you don't know the rules.
Shoot.
Right? You go up on a basketball court, you take a ball and take. You can't have 3 steps these days because Lord knows how this comes these days. You take a basketball and just walk to half court with it. Somebody can call you traveling, hopefully. You know what I mean? Because you don't know the rules.
And to that point,
so you can't enjoy the game.
And to that point, the reason why we bring you the rules is because a lot of men, particularly, feel as though they may winning. They may see a W in a long, long time. They feel as though no matter what they say, what they do, how they communicate, how they don't communicate, how they try to keep the peace and everything like that, they're not what's the word?
Satisfaction.
Go on, satisfaction, my man. I know how to brain fart, right? Yeah, there's no satisfaction. Wow. There is no satisfaction. Mm-hmm. So a lot of men feel as though, you know what, we could as well just go away or just shut up and keep the peace and endure.
Yeah.
And then a lot of women too are also
that's the point we've come to.
Yeah.
In that men have just shut off. And I want the ladies to be aware. Dion and I had this discussion yesterday or today. And I was telling her, men are shutting shop, going their own way. They're moving away from it. There's already begun in the US. It's already begun in the UK. And the women are actually complaining about the fact that men do not approach anymore. And guess what?
Because there's so many rules to approach.
Yeah, we hear what this and thing, and so it might take a little longer, but many in the Caribbean are going to move to that point.
Yep.
Where they can say, you know what? I can't play this game because the rules keep changing. And I don't know how to get it, so I can just leave it where it is.
One day this is out of bounds.
That's when relationships become transactional, because a man say, listen, I don't want to deal with you for the stress. I just want little action.
Mm-hmm.
What do I have to do to get this action from you?
Exactly. Yeah,
everything.
There's no intimacy. There's no intimacy. There's no desire to have a meaningful something. It boils down to love. When I get on our road, it's stress. So I could as well just cut out the middleman, cut out that feeling start, and just get to the guts. And you got problems. So yeah, I see Ruben making the point approaching is high risk. Yeah, because one day, I have always been told throughout my life, right, from women, that I am not a very aggressive person, particularly when it comes to matters of expressing desire, particularly in the early days of a relationship, because a woman does be ready. A woman does be like, yeah, I got this here wrap up for this man, but this man would not make the first move, right? Now, all we have is 2 phone conversations and it's the first day or whatever. And the woman be there like, this man ain't gonna put his hands someplace that don't belong, or what you gonna do? And I just be like, no, unless you, and I've been like this for so many years, unless you express to me this view about, I am doing it because I don't want to do something. No, I can't read your mind. I don't want to do something. No, and then all of a sudden, no, I get canceled. You understand? And they got very little to cancel. So there's you, Derek, that sent me a lot of message. Yes, it is. All right.
It is.
All right. Let me work on this here. So this is, she's on right. I'm gonna look good for all eternity.
But yeah,
yeah.
And that's the other consideration I may have no in terms of, as you said, cancel culture, Neil. I'm fella don't want to approach and they hear, but yeah, it's harassment. So no, is yeah. So what do I do? I gotta leave it alone. You know what I mean? I gotta leave it alone. But anyhow, guys, I see we got to 85 subscribers.
Sweet.
We thank you so much. We appreciate it. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, share. We really appreciate that. Yeah, we're pushing to get 100 subscribers by September 30th. If we can get there before, we would definitely appreciate it. We have moved into that segment of the show now where we get a little bit of levity.
All right.
From some of the stuff.
I still got this. I see this thing here. This Dutch. Oh, my messages. That's what. This one with the dog with the.
Yeah.
You want me to put up?
Sure. Yeah, you can run down right now.
All right.
We move in.
Yeah, we got that up.
To the this is the skin teeth part of the show, I like to call it, as we get ready to close out. But yeah, guys, invite your friends. Yeah, Dutch out my messages. That's what. How it starts is how it continues. No thanks. Right. Do that text was unreadable. Please learn how to write. So yeah, this is the approach. This is the thinking in terms of. Well, so yeah, we move on, fellas. A or B. A has a 401k, made $30 an hour, owns her own house, own car, no kids, can cook her ass off. B, no job, stays with her cousin, no car, 12k followers on IG, 3 kids, 3 baby daddies, works out. Who you choosing, fellas? A or B? Put that in the chat for us. Let's see. A or B, fellas? We had one for the ladies last week. They didn't make a decision. Fellas, we are counting on you tonight to make a decision, one way or the other. When you become an Uber driver and you drop off a dude at your girlfriend's house.
Roughness, direct roughness. That is direct roughness. 3 is this one. Yeah. That should be. That should be.
It's harassment if you look like Ninja Man, and flirting if you look like Morris Chestnut. Yeah. I heard back in the day I looked like Morris Chestnut. I'm going to hold on to that. So yes, here we have this single mother. She's 33, Aquarius, single, mother of 3, ready for my soulmate, tired of meeting boys, show me a real man that knows what he wants. Let me just pause there, Neil, before we roll on to the next one. Yes, Ruben, the fate of the human race is on the line. Choose one, A or B. Yes. So this lady, she's 33, a mother of 3, and she's ready for her soulmate. Partner, I might tell you, you wait real late to get standards. She's she's tired of meeting boys. She wants to see a real man.
Tell me when you're ready to move on.
I just dealing with this chick because
I mean,
correct, Anton. Not cleaning up just because you already know. You had 3 children with the boys that you met before.
I'm so immune to this sort of foolishness now.
These are the things that you see on dating sites. I got a doozy for you coming up, but we can keep tracking.
All right, let me put this one here on. Yeah, we got this one, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, I found this one hilarious too. This is just a little bit of bad money coming through with the Nicki Minaj thing. They want you to get, this is from the spiritual world as well, by the way. They want you to get vaccinated for the Met Gala that had a couple nights ago. If I get vaccinated, it won't be for the Met. It'll be once I feel I've done enough research. I'm working on that now. In the meantime, my loves, be safe. Rhythm mask with 2 strings that grips your head and face, not that loose one. And somebody responds and said, she got ass shots, but need research for the vaccine.
Oh, bum.
I thought that was particularly funny for me.
Does it take her phone? This is the next one up.
Okay, there's a couple seconds behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Take her phone, open WhatsApp, and search "I love you too." Thank me later. LOL, LOL, fellas.
Don't take nobody's phone. Don't take nobody's phone. Don't take nobody's phone. Listen, I can put the screen back for me, boy, Derek, boy, because that one there. So listen. Do not take anybody's phone and go through it.
Yeah, I don't think you prepared for what you might find either.
Don't do that in your life. Let me go on to the next one here. So is this one. Let me put that up. Right, we all know with the thing.
Do y'all start messaging me?
I want to know she messaged.
No.
All right.
Ladies and gents, the bottom of your feet watching you buy more facial skincare products.
Oh, Bumba Class.
Yeah. I say it all the time. Water runs down. There's no reason your feet should be looking like you're kicking flour. Just use a little bit of moisturizer, alright, guys?
It ain't gonna kill you.
It can kill you. Trucking on. Imagine fighting another one over your man. Then boom, you find out there are 5 more to go. It's a tournament. Stay strong.
Mortal Kombat.
You're in the gauntlet match.
I love it.
You in the gauntlet match. I tell you, and this one I found was particularly interesting considering we're talking about dating and going Dutch. After eating on a date, she says, "Hurry, you have something between your teeth." And this is me.
Hard.
Cleaning my teeth with a direct scotland.
That's so funny.
Hilarious.
That's so funny to me. What's the last one here now? The last one is...
One more, my brother. One more. But this one is priceless.
Right, this one here.
One more. Okay, my name is Strawmenger, it looks like. I'm 29 years old. I have 5 kids. But I had 2 miscarriages. And I have 2 girls and 1 boy. And yes, my kids are black, white, and Mexican.
Oh, she's United Nations. Okay.
She's all over that politics of inclusion.
Rainbow Coalition.
I am far from racist. That's what she's saying.
Oh, no.
I don't deal with the BS. So I showed my point because people thought, that's supposed to be thought I was racist. And that's not in my blood at all. I like to go for walks, take my kids to the park and walk the trails to get a peace of mind and to sometimes clear my mind. I'm at the point in my life where I'm ready for me and my kids to be happy. Go ahead, Neil. Let me hear you on
Sweet
this
girl,
one.
number 1, instead of whooping about and getting in for your children, right? Should spend more time in school, particularly grammar, English class, right? Because I want you to know that when I read this and I saw racist, I was like, my brain locked up just now until you said racist. And I was like, racist? Anyhow, second, my girl, this is a dating, but this is a Tinder, this is a profile.
Yeah, that's a profile.
Why you out here telling people you have 5 kids but had 2 miscarriages? Why you telling them that you got 2 girls and a boy? Why you telling them that you children black, white, and Mexican? What
United Nations life?
Why this information? I don't understand what you trying. Like, I understand being honest and everything like that, but sweet girl, who hitting this profile? Or I don't know what you look like. You will go look like.
I think what she looks like is irrelevant.
I think so too. But I'm saying, we know how men are. We know that if a man see a picture associated with this, that makes sense. But
he will risk.
But I see Kelly saying, and just count the 2 miscarriages as children. Like, they're so...
Yeah, she counted the 2 miscarriages as children. She did.
But what... Me reading this as a man that on these sites looking for a partner, or even a random hookup, I reading this and saying, but I know what to do with this. There's too many things to unpack here.
Yeah, as Beyonce, she's not racist.
She's not racist. I don't know. She ain't you same. No, she ain't what's she name? Elaine Thompson. Hera. She ain't Shirley Ann Fraser Price. But she ain't Flo Jo. She ain't racist. Yo, next time, sweet girl, if you get a chance to do over life, more condoms, more schoolwork, less pooping.
Yeah, man. I think that'll be the last we have for the night, right, Neil?
Yeah, man. We ain't got no more.
Right. So, guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. We reached the end of the show. You've been watching the Senate Podcast here on the YouTube. Follow us on the Senate Podcast on Facebook, the Senate Podcast 246 on IG. Email us at senateinsession@gmail.com. As always, bring your friends. Get them to like,
share,
subscribe, share, comment. We really appreciate it. The goal is 100 subscribers by the 30th of September. We are 85. We need 15 more people, and then we can set another goal and go from there.
Yep.
So we are 85 right now. So please, guys, get your people in, get them watching, get them sharing and stuff like that. We got some more Senate shorts coming up for you. Again, those are our one-day matches. In between, you get your test match cricket on Tuesday and Thursday. You get the short form cricket on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, guys, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate you being here and in this forum with us. Remember, we're trying to bridge the gap, get the conversation started. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We don't make the rules. We just make sure you know where they are. Be the best version of you for you. And we will see you guys tomorrow for a Senate short.
Peace and love, everybody. Be safe.
Deuces.